Hello folks, this one's going out for Chris Bennett over at Patreon. We're doing Holy Man by Blind Melon. This is a Beleaguer guitars, which you'll be seeing more of. They sent it over for me to have a little play with, so thanks very much for that. Tone-wise, you don't need much. I'm just using my clean amp. I'm also using a tiny boost. This is a pedal that I'm working on at the moment with Simon from JSA Effects and Andy at Funny Little Boxes. I mean, literally hardly adding anything at all. Now, there's two guitar parts to this. You'll hear one in the right ear, the other one in the left ear when you listen to it on headphones. So I'm going to show you the right hand speaker first. That is in drop D, so you need to tune your low E down to D. And it's got a bit of a triplet feel, so you'll hear this sort of lilt. So, lots of riffs to get through. Let's crack on with the first one. So the intro comes in on the 4th beat. 1, 2, 3. So you're going to be going from this D shape to a C shape with some little funky stuff. So the rhythm is a little sus4 there, right? Down, down, up, up, down, right? Then to the C. And you're going to do this little fill. Like that. Okay, so one more time slowly. And then you go into this D chord, and the tempo comes up a little bit here as well, right? I'm going to put a little bit of gain on. So we have pretty straightforward, but quickly it's okay. Then you go into this repeating part. And then another variant switch goes with some palm muting this time. Like that. You play it 3 times, so once slowly would be. Just watch the placement of the palm mutes, okay? 3 of those, and then 2, 3, 4. Then there's this cool fill. And then you're into the next riff. Again, this fill is just full step bend there. Couple of whacks, and this little slide. The next riff is cool. I'll play it slowly. It's and then the 4th time. So slowly we have. Alright, you've got to play everything on 1 fret there. So you need to get good at moving between those. And then you play it another 2 times. And then the 4th time. All the way around again. And then the variance goes. You've got a little bit of variance there, so it's. Then you've got 4/4 again. 2, 2. Then you've got this next part, repeating pattern. Again, we're going from the D to the C. Still with this fill too, right? So we have. Okay, it's just a slight variation. I'll do it one more time slowly. then the latter half goes like that, and you just repeat that round twice. Back into this part, which you know. 4 of those. 1 of these. 2, 3. Then back into this. That whole bit again. There's very subtle variants. The first repeat, 4th bar goes. And then back around. Again, you've got a bar of 2/4, but I think it goes like a 16th note earlier this time, I think, and thereafter. Back into this again. Same as before, 2 times round of that. New riff coming in now though, we have this. Pretty self-explanatory. 4 times of that, it's just 2 whacks. D7. Staccato bit there. And then down to the, down to the 3rd fret. 4 of those, and then it develops a bit more. Like that, and then there's a fill, so we have, and then the next part's called, it goes, okay, change the diction, isn't it? And then back into this bit, you already know this. To D again, same fill as before. Well, slightly different actually. Rather than going straight to the 10th fret, it goes to the 12th fret first, and then the 10th fret. All right, this rings out. 2, 3, 4. Like that. Fret this time. All right. So you're repeating that fill twice with a bit of subtle difference, and then back into this bit. You go around that again 3 times, and then again the second fill goes into that bar of 2/4, remember? Slightly quicker before the beat. Again back into this. You do that now 7 times, and then the ending is just C to a D. That is it. That's the first part, okay? Now we're going to fly through the second guitar part as well now. So that starts, again, remember we're back to sort of 63 beats per minute, and we got this. So that's the part, right? Pretty cool, right? We're going. Then we go to these dyads. All open strings there. Then you go to this C add 9. I'm going to bomb through this bit. So we have, this next part is obviously to, this guitar, however, is playing to that C add 9 thing, right? So we have much more sort of arpeggiated, this one. Then we go to the C. So that's the first time. The second time, you can put in an extra D note if you want. That one right after the sus4. if you want to fill it out. You don't have to though. As I say, that's the second time around now, and we have this variance. A lick at the end, right? Got that stuff going on. And then we go back to the C. Like that, and then again. That's the intro part, and then the tempo comes up to 108. This guitar part doesn't really do a tremendous amount, but it does do some cool little chords here. So we have this arpeggiation. 2, 3, 4. Then we go to this. I'm going to tune this back to standard actually. So this would be a D. So then from this part, from this D, 2, 3. So we have 2, 3. Again, we got this first part, then we have and just before the beat you play that, and then the next part goes okay, like that. Then this is the fill that they both join in with. Slightly different, isn't it? A bit of vibrato there, so it's quite staccato, the first bend. So then we've got this part. That's cool, right? So you've got so you're going D, C, G. Pretty cool. 3 times of those, then you play this fill. Just that. Pretty cool. Then you're back into that's 3 times, and then we go goes to an F, right? So, and from the F you got that. Then we got another variation of the C bit, which is pretty straightforward. C. You do that twice. You do it 4 times round in the outro. And you got this accompanying part. Slowly. Like that. There's some slide stuff that goes on for about 5 bars, solo bit as well. And then it's going to end with this bit. And again. And then into the repeat point, which is this. All that stuff, which you've got on the tab. So there you have it. Hope you enjoyed that one. See you again soon.